Hi everyone, welcome to my Halloween special vids. So the first video of this series, I'm gonna show you how to make this Untitled stand party photo booth. I put it as my first video because this literally takes forever to make. So if you also want to make one yourself for this Halloween, you would be able to start earlier. The process, however, is actually pretty simple and easy, plus it's so cheap compared to all the other crafts I made since the main materials are boxes and tissue paper. And for the boxes, I've just go from store to store in the neighborhood and collected boxes that I didn't need anymore, so it cost nothing. Moving on to the process, for step 1, what I'm gonna do is to build up the base for my stand. First, I'm gonna cut off all the parts that are all flippy and unnecessary. Then, I'm gonna measure how I want to arrange the box to make it shaped like a base of the stand. Then for any gap that appears during the build-up, we could reuse all the pieces we've just cut up and fill them in. Then, I'm just taping everything together to make sure that they stay in place. Now we are done with our base, it's time for step 2, make the two sides of the stand. For these, simply just cut open the box and make it become a long rectangular. You could also use cardboard for this instead. Either way, I would suggest to use thicker boxes and cardboard because the thicker they are, the more secure your stand and the roof is gonna be. In this stage, it's really hard to find two matching boxes to make the two rectangular exactly the same size, but what you could do is to find two boxes that has the same weight, and in case the height is not the same, you could always cut off the excess or tape more to the end of the one that is not long enough. And then, I'd also attach the stick to each side just to make it more secure and make sure it won't bend or fall apart. Remember, the two walls are gonna be on the opposite sides, so the sticks have to be attached also in the opposite direction. In step 3, we are gonna cover up the whole project with tissue paper. But first, make sure to tape and seal all the unnecessary gaps and holes that appears on the surface. Then, mix up white glue and water at the proportion of half-half. Make sure it is well mixed. Then, start by putting a tissue paper onto the edge of the box, paint the layer of white glue on, then add on more tissue paper to cover up the whole project. This step is gonna take up the most time throughout the whole process as you have to wait for the glue to completely dry before you could apply the next layer on, and have to wait again before you could flip over the box to apply the tissue paper on the other side of the stand. You might need to add on several layers to cover up the color of the original boxes. But when finally the whole stand is covered up with white and you are not able to see through the original color of the boxes, we are ready for step 4, the coloring. Here I'm using the watercolor. I've mixed the Van Dyke brown, yellow ochre, and the nude color at about 2 to 2 to 1 respectively. Then I'm just simply gonna paint this color on the two sides inside out and also the front. But for the top, to make it more like the actual Snowden stand, I'm gonna use the nude color and paint out the outer corner, and fill the inside with a mix of raw umber and white. And for the front, I'm also painting out the pattern with Van Dyke brown. And finally, we're going to add on the rooftop. For this, I have bought 2 cardboards and painted them. So now what I have to do is to cut the cardboards into the shape I want. I have made the marks already. Then after that, I'm also gonna take the cut off piece and put it right between the 2 cardboards, because that creates a triangular area and therefore would make the whole structure more stable. I'm using hot glue gun for this, and after sticking all of the pieces together, I also added on a thick layer of polystyrene to represent the snow. And then we are done. And since it is the party photo booth, we'll also need something to take our pictures with. This is a lot easier process. All you have to do is to print out the patterns you want to be in your photo booth section and stick them onto the sticks. To make them more secure, you could also cover them up with tapes. The favorite one of all I made is the hot dog piles on the head. Other than that, I've also made some of the other Undertale related ones, but it's really up to you what you want to put in there. Doesn't have to be all about Undertale. Like here, I also have icons of all my favorite YouTubers. I love Miranda's mouth so much, I look so funny with it. Interestingly, except for her, all the other YouTubers I have here are somehow related to Undertale. I first know the game because of Dan and Phil, then was in love with the game after watching PewDiePie playing. After that, as I started to search for all trivia and Easter eggs, I found out Jacksepticeye's channel and immediately decided that I must buy the game after watching all Jack's series within 1 week. And I was so glad when recently I saw Markiplier has also started playing it again. So there you have it. This is my Snowden stand photo booth tutorial. Thanks so much for watching. Please give it a like if you enjoyed it and subscribe to see more contents. Bye! You keep telling me those words and hope that I will understand.